When you have billions of people in the world and everyone thinks the same as they do, with only a few people in charge, what do you have? You've got slavery, right? That's what modern day slavery is. Slavery is still ongoing, it's never stopped, it's only adapted. Slavery is happening right now, where the rich are getting richer and the poor are getting poorer. It's getting harder and harder to live in the world right now. It really truly is off one source of income. People become enslaved because they become enslaved to their jobs. Now, in a way, technically your boss owns you. In fact, not technically, he does. If you rely on just one source of income, and that's the only thing that you have, and it can be taken away from you like that, then you are enslaved. So there are some people actually who didn't do too well in school or didn't take school all too seriously. The most creative people are the people at the back who are sketching, said Kanye West once. But it's true. The people who were the C students, you know, they did just enough to get by. They are normally the people who go on to do great things. Now that's not me saying that all A-star students and people who actually want to do good in school aren't going to be successful. It's actually got nothing to do with that. It's got to do with your will, your desire, your ability to learn things, your ability to pay attention to the world that's happening around you, to pay attention to the man who's able to drive past in a Lamborghini while you're stuck in your Volkswagen Polo. You know, it's these little things that you need to be able to pay attention to and understand. This guy knows something that I don't, or this girl knows something that I don't. Now, I'm learning, of course, and I've spent the last coming up to a year now of learning all of these different things. I spent a year of my life pretty much just researching, barely drinking. I've got mountains and mountains of books on money, on mindset, and I'm still reading them, and I'm still going through, but I'm actually putting that stuff into action now, and I'm making some money off my business, as well as having my other side of my income. So the way I see it is that I can continue to build my business while having my job. So the job does make me stronger, but if I lose this, it's not going to be the end of the world, because I always have this, which is consistently producing me income every time I do a certain action that can only take about half an hour. Now, yes, I am technically trading my time for money, but there will be a time where I won't be able to do that. I am totally going off slavery right now, but I guess this is pretty much how you make money. So the way to make money is pretty much to create two different streams of income, including your job. So first off, you need a job. It's as simple as that. You need a job. It doesn't matter who you are, I don't care where you're from, what your name is, what you're doing, what your age is, you need a job, right? Simple as that. Second thing, you need to spend a good year sacrificing to be able to research different things. Now, when I talk about research, I mean you need to go into all different types of books. I think the main one that you need to read first is definitely Rich Dad Poor Dad. That sort of helps you understand what's good to buy and what's not good to buy. So although you don't have to stick to it like it's biblical law, it does help because it's a guidance, and it actually increases your awareness about what to buy. So that's really interesting. So I found that really interesting. Another thing I want to mention is pretty much everyone who is in business meditates. Everyone does it. And the people who have the best mind spaces and mental spaces do meditation. So if you think about it, right, you may be this guy who's just a budding entrepreneur, you know, and wants to be big someday. And that's fair enough, because you probably will be big because you believe in yourself. That's number one. You never stop believing in yourself. Busy entrepreneurs need time to themselves, to just listen to their thoughts, listen to different feelings in their body, and just relax and sit with that. Understand that that is okay, and reach the point of enlightenment. Which brings me on to the second book which you need, which is called The Power of Now. The Power of Now is a fabulous, fabulous book. It really explains meditation in the best way possible, and how awareness of the present moment is the only thing that we really have. And every time that we may be distracted by something, that we can always bring our attention back to our breath, the present moment, sort of seeing yourself from a different perspective. Like, instead of going, oh, these are my hands, you go, oh, these are my hands? What the hell? They're so cool. I know that sounds really corny and cringy, but it's kind of true. You need to do that. Third book, what would I say? Third book I would read, and this isn't actually on money or business either, but it is really interesting. It's You Are the Placebo. You Are the Placebo. Obviously it's talking about the placebo effect, but it's talking about how thought alone can change your physical body, how it can change your reality, how it can change your circumstance, create that path that you need to get to where you want to be. Anything in life is possible. All you have to do is ask and work for it. That's it. And feel like you are there. Understand that you can do absolutely anything that you want, that you put your mind to. As long as you keep believing in yourself, that's your superpower. If you're able to believe in yourself, that is your superpower. And that will propel you miles ahead of your competitors if they don't believe in themselves, which is mostly what happens these days. I want to get back to enslavement because I've been sort of going off the grid a little bit. But one of the main things I want to mention is people who are not aware of the little amount of money that they have, and it is a little amount compared to the amount of money in the world, that they spend it on such a stupid drug like alcohol. Now, I don't want to downplay like alcoholism or anything like that, because I just don't want to do that, because some addictions are real, right? Some addictions are real, okay? You just need to be able to understand that even if you're not addicted to something, then why are you doing it in the first place? Like, why would you waste all of your money that you worked so hard for? You spent countless hours in an office, in the gym, in frickin', I don't know, wherever, like doing your business, and you're gonna spend it on just a normal Saturday night in the club. Like, that doesn't make sense to me. Now, in fairness, I used to do this, and this is why now, whenever I've stepped out of that, and I've been working on myself and working on self-development and all of these things, that I look back and I go, why on earth was I in the club every freaking weekend, wasting my money on a job that didn't even pay me that well? In fairness, it was a shop job, but I really, really enjoyed the crack in there, like, and you know, everyone was really sound and stuff, but that doesn't really matter at the end of the day. You're there to work, you're there to get your money, and that's it. I think it's good to drink for a celebration, and I think it's good to do all of those things for a celebration, but I don't think it's good to go to the club every weekend. I think moderation is key in everything, actually. Moderation is absolutely key. You need to understand how much you can do of something that is productive, not drinking alcohol or whatever, but something that is productive. So figure out what's the maximum amount of work that you can do hour-wise in a day, divide that by 2 and stick to that nearly every day, and then you'll be flying. So that's kind of what works for me. So important ways on how to think for yourself is through meditation, through education, and being perspicacious enough to understand what is going on around you, to understand how the world is really working. How is it possible that, I don't want to get cancelled here, but how is it possible that people can make billions of dollars off a I don't want to get myself cancelled. How is it that people can make billions of dollars in the middle of a crisis? How is it possible that people can make billions of dollars or pounds or whatever it is whenever people are suffering, dying? That doesn't make sense to me. And I think if you look at it, it's the elites playing chess with us. So I say to you, it's time to stand up. It's time to rise. It's time to get up. It's time to wake up. You need more than one stream of income, and you need to think for yourself. It's as simple as that. Don't be too reliant on your job. Don't be too reliant on the people around you, your friends, your family, your relationships. Remember, the only two people in this world who have got you is God or your belief, and you. Stay woke.